Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for being here. As we have started the reading of Quran E Pak, in the last few classes we have completed 3 surah, 4 surah of the 30th Sipara, and in this session we will try to complete this surah, Sorah Infitar also. A lot of people do a lot of mistakes which they don't know, and all the life we don't try to read the Quran E Pak exactly what we have to do and how we have to do, how we have to read the Quran Pak. We don't know the basic rules. Why we are stretching the letters, we are stretching the words. Why we are doing gunna, why we are taking so much times. So in this class, we will try to explain for reading the Quran Pak according to rules, and we will try to avoid all the mistakes. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is Suratul Infitar, and uh, this is Makki Surat, and in the first ayah, I will try Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. إذا السماء انفطرت إذا السماء انفطرت. In this ayah, we will understand that we are stretching the Hamza, Alif, and what's the reason? And we are taking the Gunna, we are taking the sound in our nose at noon. What's the reason behind there? The reason behind there is here is Alif Madda, and the definition of Alif Madda: when there is a Zabar before an Alif, we have to stretch it. This is the rule, and as you can see, there is a Mad on the top of Alif. So mostly the Mad is stretch is equal to 2 or 3, 3 or 4 Alif. This is the reason we are stretching this one. إذا السماء, we are stretching this one. And the next, if we are doing gunna here at noon sakin, there are 4 rules for noon sakin: izhar, ikhfa, idgham, iqlab. One of them is here. The ikhfa is here. There are 15 letters. After noon sakin, if we have to find them, we have to do gunna here. We have to take the sound in our nose, and we have to read it. We will read إذا السماء انفطرت إذا السماء. You can read with me also. إذا السماء انفطرت. And next we are going to read the second ayah. وإذا الكواكب انتثرت وإذا الكواكب انتثرت. If I'm going to ask you why I am stretching wow and why I'm doing to gunna at noon, bun tatharat, there is a reason behind that. And one thing more we have to keep in our mind, that Zal always read with softness. We will read with softness. There is no stress like z. Wa idal kawakibun tatharat. The reason behind there, I am stretching also wow also, and I'm doing on at noon sakin. Reason behind there, that here is alif madda. When alif have don't zir zabar or pesh, it will be called hamza. Sorry, it will be called alif. Otherwise, it will be called hamza. Second thing is that this is alif madda. The definition of alif madda: when there is a zabar before alif. As you can see, this is alif, and before alif there is a wow. Wow have zabar. So this definition is completed here. We have to subtract this one. We will read kawakibun wa idal kawa. As you can see in the start of wow, there is another wow. We are not subtracting that. We are not reading wa idal kawa. There should be a mistake, you know. So we will not subtract the first one. We have to subtract the second wow. After that, there is a zabar. So we will subtract it because alif madda is here. If I ask you how many letters of madda are there, so there are 3 letters of madda, alif, waw, and yeah, one of them is waw is here. Sorry, alif is there. So we will subtract this one. Wa idal kawa. Second thing is noon. We are taking time here at noon sakin. Kawa kibun tasarat. Kawa kibun tasarat. As we will read the wow with softness, as we have to read the tha also without whistle, like seen and swad. Tha is different from there. So known sakin is there. After known sakin, if we find that this is one of the 15 letter ikhfa rule, known sakin and tanween rule, there are 15 rules. So we have to do gunna here. Wa idhal kawakibun tatharat. Wa idhal kawakibun tatharat. Lastly, I will read this one. If you wanna read with me, you can try with me. Wa idhal kawakibun tatharat. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ. I'm stretching ha. What's the reason behind there? This because alif madda is here again. As I told you, what's the definition of alif madda? Alif, when there is a zabar before alif. And as you can see, before alif there is ha have zabar, so we have to stretch it. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ. So we have to keep in our mind that why we are stretching any letter, what's the reason behind there. And the next one is وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ. Last we were reading وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ. And the next one is فُجِّرَتْ فُجِّرَتْ فُجِّرَتْ. And next وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ. And we should understand that we should create the difference between qaf and kaf. We have to create the difference between them, qaf and kaf, and sin and swad and tha. This is our basic responsibility being a Muslim. We should try to read the Quran E Pak as we should read with our best. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ. We will not stretch any letter without any reason. Like we will not read وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ like that. If there is no reason, we will not stretch any letter. وَإِذَا الْقُبُورُ بُعْثِرَتْ. Next one is, we will read till here. علمت نفس ما قدمت علمت نفس ما قدمت. Meme mushaddad, meme and noon mushaddad, always read with gunna. So we have to keep in our mind that noon, when have a noon and meme, whenever we'll have w sign shad, we will do always gunna. What's the gunna? We have to take the sound in our nose. For example, that nafsum, nafsum, which I'm doing sum, I'm taking the sound in my nose. So this is the gunna. Second thing is we have to stretch it because this is alif madda is here. Again, I'm just telling you the definition of alif madda. When there is a zabar before an alif, we have to stretch it. So both things will be here. We have to do here two things. First, we have to do gunna here, and the second one is we have to stretch it. So we will read it again. Alimat nafsum ma qaddamat. Alimat nafsum ma qaddamat wa akharat. Alimat nafsum ma qaddamat wa akharat. And next ayah, we will try to read this one first, then we will discuss what's the reason for the stretching any letter, why we are doing gunna. And in this ayah, there is one gunna, and we will find out how many letters of madda are there. If you want to join the future classes also, you can subscribe the channel. If you want to join one free class, you can WhatsApp me. WhatsApp number is, you will go for the detailed description. There is WhatsApp number available. You can mail me. You can join direct live class with me for the 30-second, and we will discuss there if you are doing basic mistake or not, how you are reading. So free of cost, you can join one free class. For the future classes, you can subscribe the channel. If you will find any video, there will be a live classes also. they will be inshallah most helpful, that we will be able to read Quran E Pak without mistake. So back to the ayah. يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم. Again we will try to read. يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم. And one time more. يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم. We will discuss this year. We will discuss this noon, we will discuss this alif, we will discuss this alif also, and we will discuss this ya also. So what's the reason behind it? That the first one, ya have vertical zabar and mad also, so we have to stretch it equal to 3 or 4 alif. The second thing is Hamza is going to attach with this noon in sano, as you can see here. So what's the reason is we are doing unna? Because there are 4 rules for noon sakin and tanween. The one of them is ikhfa is here after noon sakin. If we find the scene, we have to take the sound in our nose. So we have to read insano. Ya ayyuhal insano. I am stretching the scene, and after that there is alif. What's the reason we are stretching this one? Because alif madda is here. What's the definition of alif madda? When there is a zabar before an alif, we have to stretch it. Insano. The same, the next one. After mim, alif is there. Alif madda again is here. We have to stretch it. Insano ma. This is the alif madda again is here. غرك بربك الكريم. And we are going to discuss this بربك الكريم. Why are we stretching this ya? Because the reason behind there, that this is ya madda. What's the definition of ya madda? When there is a zair before ya sakina. When there is a zair before ya sakina. You can remember this one. There are very short definitions that if you will continuously see the videos, you will join the classes. Inshallah, you will be able to learn the basic rules and basic definitions for the all the things. So this is Yamada is here. So we are going to stretch it. بربك الكريم يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم. So there are a lot of questions for you, and questions are there that why we are stretching this here, why we are doing unna here, why we are stretching this meme, why we are stretching this here. So the answer is simple, that you have vertical zabar in the first one, and the second thing is noon is sakin at ma, alif madda is here, and the last one kareem. So this is yamada is here. So this is the reason we are stretching the anyone, we are doing unna. Last time I will read this ayah, you can read with me. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. And next ayah, alladhi. If we discuss only this one, alladhi. Why I'm stretching zal and ya, stretching of ya, alladhi. Reason is there. This is one of letter of madda. Ya is from letters of madda, so we have to stretch it, because the definition of ya madda, when there is a zair before ya, we have to stretch it. Alladhi خلقك فسواك فعدلك خلقك فسواك فعدلك خلقك خلقك. We have to create the difference between qaf and kaf. خلقك خلقك فسواك فعدلك في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك. في أي صورة ما شاء ركبك. We have to discuss here why we are stretching the letters, why we are doing gunna. In the first one, as you can see, fi ya is sakin, before ya sakin and there is a zir and it have mad also. So originally the definition of ya madda, when there is a zir before an alif, we have to stretch it and it have mad also. So we have to stretch it equal to 3 or 4 alif. Fi ayyi suratim ma. We have to do gunna here because meme have W sign shad. Meme and non mushaddad which have W sign shad always read with gunna. So we have to keep in our mind. And one thing we are doing gunna, and the second thing is we are stretching. Suratim suratim Sha. Sha. The same answer is here. If we are stretching ma, we have to stretch sha also. Because before alif there is zabar, alif madda is here. The second thing is here that alif have mad also. So we have to stretch it equal to 3 or 4 alif. Suratim ma sha'a rakkabak. Suratim ma sha'a rakkabak. Thanks for being here. Who are you and where from you? If you wanna discuss, if you wanna share, comment section is available for you. If you wanna join one free class, you can see the description. There is one Gmail and there is WhatsApp number also available is there. You can join one free class. You can book one free of cost, one free class to check your reading, that what's the level of your reading of Quran E Pak. Inshallah, we will read live and we will discuss if you are doing basic mistake or not. If you're not doing, that's very good. If you are doing the mistakes, you can just subscribe the channel. You can see all the videos, and inshallah with the passage of time you will be able to read Quran E Pak without basic mistakes. Next ayah. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. I'm stretching lam, I'm stretching ba, I'm stretching dal. Originally, I'm stretching alif, waw, and ya. What's the reason is there? So one best thing is here, all the letters of madda, alif, waw, and ya, we have to we have found in this ayah. So that definition of alif madda, when there is a zabar before an alif, as you can see, al-kalla. The definition of waw madda, when there is a pesh before waw sakina, as you can see, waw madda is here. The definition of ya madda, when there is a zair before ya sakina, so we have to stretch it. So three of them, all the letters of madda is here. So we have to stretch alif, we have to stretch waw, we have to stretch ya. So again, I will read this ayah 2 times for the facilitation, for the reading of the viewers. If you wanna share your name, your country, your comment section is available for you. So, كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. As I discussed here, Vav Madda is here when the definition of Vav Madda, when there is a page before Vav Sakina. As you can see in Kalla Bal Tukadhibuna Biddin. Kalla Bal Tukadhibuna Biddin. Kalla Bal Tukadhibuna Biddin. Next ayah. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ. What's the reason that I'm just taking the sound in our nose at وَإِنَّ? What's the reason? Alaykum and lahafizin, I'm stretching. Yeah, what's the reason is there? The reason is simple, that noon and meme mushaddad always read with gunna. As you can see, this is mim mushaddad is at above line, mim mushaddad, and the non mushaddad is here. Noon and mim mushaddad always read with gunna. So this is the reason why we are taking the sound in our nose. Wa inna alaykum lahafidhin. Why we stretching ha? Because ha have vertical zabar. So we have to stretch equal to one alif. And the last thing is here. Why we are taking the time here? Lahafidhin. Lahafidhin. What's the reason? Because ya madda is here. We have to stretch it. The definition of ya madda, when there is a zair before ya sakina. This is ya sakina before ya sakina. This is zair is here, so we have to stretch it. We will read this one. Lahafidhin. Complete ayat. I'm going to read this one. Wa inna alaykum lahafidhin. Kiraman. Kiraman katibin. Kiraman katibin. Kiraman, I'm doing gunna here. What's the reason? Because this is the one of rule that after non sakin or tanween, if we find the kaf, we have to do gunna. Kiraman katibin. Why I'm stretching kaf and why I'm stretching ya? Reason is that because here is alif madda and the next one is ya madda. Definition both of them is definition of alif madda. When there is a zabar before an alif, you have to stretch it. Katibin. And the second thing is been. I'm just doing been. So this is ya madda is here. The definition of ya madda when there is a zair before ya sakina. So we have to stretch it. Katibin. And question for you then, do you know the what's meaning of Kidaman Katibin? As you have listened to angels always with us, one is from our right side, one is on our left shoulder, one is on the right shoulder. The name of them is Kiraman Katibin. Next one is next ayah. يعلمون ما تفعلون يعلمون ما تفعلون. Question. Why I'm stretching wow? Question. Why I'm stretching meme? Why I'm stretching wow? Reason is there because this is waw madda, this is alif madda, and this is waw madda. I'm just going to tell you the definition. Definition of waw madda: when there is a pesh before waw sakina, we have to stretch it. As you can see, before waw, there is a meme in ya'lamun. A meme have pesh. So the definition is completed here. We have to stretch it. Ya'lamuna ma taf'alun ma taf'alun. Definition of alif madda: when there is a zabar before an alif, we have to stretch it. The definition of waw madda, again, as I told you, that when there is a page before waw sakina, we have to stretch it. So this ayah is completed here. Ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. Thanks for being here. Who are you and where from you? If you want to share, your comment section is available for you. And if you want to join one free class free of cost, you can just go, and link is in the description. You can subscribe the channel for the future classes, and you can WhatsApp and book your class and check the level of reading. Are you doing basic mistakes? Are you reading without mistakes? If you are not doing mistakes, that's very good. And if you are doing, and that, you have to think about man. And because being a Muslim is our responsibility, we have to read the best book of the world without mistake. Is this understandable? So next ayah. Innal abrara lafi na'im. Innal abrara lafi na'im. Why I'm doing hunna here? Question. Why I'm stretching ra? Why I'm stretching ya? Why I'm stretching ya again? So questions, 4 questions in this ayah. The answer is simple, that inshallah we'll try to read this one next time.